So just so you know, I recorded this video before Sunday. I really didn't have any clue, and I kind of still don't. American politics is a joke. Well, I can't lie, it's been a long time coming. You know, I remember all the way back when TikTok first hit the App Store all those years ago. And let me tell you, it's been a hell of a transition that it's gone through since then. Going from what was originally just a nice fun twerking app for tweens called Musical.ly to being completely revamped and being turned into what was essentially just ironic Vine, as well as the place to cyberbully emo kids, back to a twerking app for tweens, then switching up again to a collection of a bunch of streamer rage clips, and then finally to whatever in the AI generated this shit is nowadays. Seriously, they say that something like 50% of people on the internet are actually bots by this stage, but that's not true. Those are actually just the poor brain-dead souls born post-2010 being mistaken for bots. I mean, it's really no wonder when you take a look at the shit these kids are watching on TikTok all day, instead of normal kid activity like learning off your timetables or laughing at Dan Schneider foot jokes. I genuinely believe that the fuck boom has lost an entire generation on us. But believe it or not, all you Gen Alpha bozos, I can remember a time in my life before TikTok was even a thing, and I've been there to witness it slowly take over the whole world from the very beginning. Seen it with my very own two eyes become what is now today the worst place on the entire internet. I mean, it's gotten so bad at this point that even the Jedi rulers of the free world have been flirting with pulling the plug on the whole operation altogether, and in doing so forcing every single American in America who at this stage all use TikTok to get through the day to have to go without TikTok, forcing them all to go without their favorite way to waste time whenever they're stuck riding the bus or taking a shit or having to spend time with their relatives or whatever medial task you'd just rather not. The perfect way to distract yourself, and just like that it can be completely taken away. I really couldn't even begin to imagine how this feels right now for Americans. All of them having to live through some of the wildest times democracy as a whole has ever had to endure, that no one else in the rest of the world could even start to understand. Americans, for all the self-pitying and entitled complaining you lot love to do at any chance you get, I really feel like, to my surprise, I'm not seeing enough of it for once. I mean, jokes aside, this is a game changer. But this isn't an issue that America faces alone either. Because for TikTok to be banned in America is to leave the rest of the world without American TikTok. Without American TikTok, the rest of the world will have to do without all the TikToks that were coming from America. That means no more aesthetic LA edits, no more clips of Kai Cenat getting a helping hand on stream, and no more Sophie Rain for all of us. So this impending decision carries a lot of weight for everyone around the globe. I mean, the rest of us will practically be stuck with just English fellas stabbing each other over the footy and Frenchies smearing each other in rat piss and cigarette ash, or you know, whatever they do in their spare time. I mean, who's going to be using the app then? Let's get one thing straight. That's that a ban on TikTok in America is the end of TikTok as we know it for all of us. But there's no reason to worry. Calm down. Because I'm a guy who answers the questions that nobody else is even ready to ask. Questions everyone else is too afraid to ask, I answer. And so with the whole world on the edge of their toilet seat right now wondering what they'll do with their hands next time they decide to take a shit, when there's nowhere left to turn, I feel like it's about time that I, as a non-American who doesn't even use TikTok in the first place, answer the question, should TikTok be banned? Alright, so first of all, in order to answer this question, we first have to ask ourselves what exactly is lost when TikTok is gone. There's tons of things that TikTok has brought to us to enjoy every day that'll be gone from our lives forever. Things like virality, viral trends, and all that kind of internet culture. I mean, what kind of a year would 2018 have been without the Tide Pod challenge? See, because here's the thing, right? Because TikTok is by far the most enticing place on the internet for someone bordering on retardation, starved for attention, to do or say some outlandish, ridiculous shit just for people to talk about them. I mean, every single day on this app, another man baby decides to throw away his entire life for a little bit of a reaction. And every day that is hilarious. And obviously, yeah, this did exist before TikTok, but never have we seen it quite like this. Because unlike going viral on any other platform, the people going viral on TikTok are even more driven by the temptation of a minuscule chance to get rich and famous from it without any work or talent, and so you get to see some real pathetic shit because of it. But then again, this is probably not all a good thing. So, but also things like clips and highlights from sports games, TV shows, Twitch streams. You know, the kind of clips that you've already seen or the type that you don't even care to see anyways. Things that you'd have forgotten exist if they hadn't been on your feed right there, and so maybe not that important to you. But of course, who could forget things also like some of the communities that have been built on these apps, like the LGBT community, which I'm slightly convinced only actually exist inside of this app. But most importantly, more than any of that, the ability, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, to stop all of that and scroll mindlessly between one 20-second clip to another forever and ever. So all in all, what's actually lost with the TikTok ban? Not much, really. I mean, you can watch YouTube for just as forever and ever, and get this, even choose the videos that you do or do not watch. As you know, continue to numb yourself out of your one single opportunity of a proper conscious experience, all the same. And besides, Sophie Rain's OnlyFans is only something like a tenner a month? A month? Oh, whatever. Still a small price to pay for a piece of cake that tasty, am I right? Or pictures of a piece of cake that tasty. Yeah. Nah, but seriously, I do honestly get why it would come as a shame to some people to have to give up TikTok. For example, where else on the entire internet would cooking videos this great have ever been made? Something about how these Midwestern farm boys lather on the spices onto the juiciest slabs of meat you've seen in your entire life before whacking it on the grill. It makes me want to vote Republican. And with editing so crisp and satisfying, it's hard to imagine that without TikTok, cooking videos might never be the same again. I mean, I could stare at these boys go to town all day long, but every other kind of TikToker can just go get a job, right? I'm sure that one dude is like professionally shocked and pointing a finger at someone else's content is mortified at the very thought he might never cash another fat for nothing check again in his life. But I could care less. And I know it's probably a bit insensitive to talk that way about someone losing their job and their livelihood, but these people are genuinely talentless and this is not a job. And let's be real, we're all jealous how easy these people's lives are. So could we all just collectively agree that, you know, I'm sure that there's tons of TikTokers bummed out to know that their days of making Chinese funded brain waste might be coming to an end. But if you ask me, I mean, maybe that's not as terrible as it seems. You're a damn TikToker. That's what your life has come to. I don't care how much money you have and how many little girls like to stalk you on social media. You couldn't be any less downright useless. I mean, that shouldn't necessarily be your metric for success. Go take the time and reevaluate your life. Treat it as a wake-up call and go pray or something. For Christ's sake! Or at the very least, learn how to point and react for over 30 seconds at a time and how to make a thumbnail. I mean, it's not a whole lot better, but anyone who spends their free time making YouTube videos, they won't be able to judge you at least. I feel like TikTok is at its core a place without any originality. I say this because it's literally the business model it's built off. Like, even if you manage to make a great, funny, provocative, intriguing, sexy video all captured in portrait mode and under 30 seconds long, the perfect TikTok, your views wouldn't even compare in the slightest to people reacting to your exact same TikTok and will inevitably be drowned out by the sea of people doing and saying outlandish stupid shit and teenage girls twerking. TikTok is a place that the brain goes to die. Lifestyle videos are really just lazy vlogs. Those shocked pointing videos are just lazy reaction videos. Those ranking TikToks are even lazier versions of tier list videos. And not just for the people making them. Both people involved are to blame. You can only watch this shit for 30 seconds at a time? What are you, a goldfish? And I don't care what you have to say, but as soon as you open your mouth to make a point and your way of getting that point out to the world is in the form of a 30-second TikTok lecture, then you've already lost me just by looking like an ass. Sure, some undiscovered songs might go viral because of TikTok, but even still, it's always some stupid remixed version and not the actual song. So it's not really as good for the musician as you might expect. And not to continue on a rant right now, but the fashion trends? I mean, come on, Black America. This is really the best shit you could come up with? It's pretty clear that nothing of any substance can come out of TikTok. And I'm pretty sure that that's the whole point. You go to use the app and it's porn, but it's not really porn. It's funny, but it's not really funny. It's TV, but not really TV. It's YouTube, but still not really. Instagram, kinda. Twitter, not really anymore. Because at the end of the day, it's 30 seconds long and continuously switching between them all. It's a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing all at the same time. I mean, it really contributes nothing to the internet and is at best a well-organized junkyard of all the internet's made to grab your attention and keep your focus, and that's about it. Again, having said all that, I don't even use TikTok. I mean, I stopped years ago after it stopped being ironic Vine. The guidelines around cyberbullying emos were changing, and I just couldn't handle how much twerking tween was in my face all of a sudden using an app like that, and so I deleted it. No one can deny that TikTok definitely has its reasons to exist, but in my personal experience, living without it is really not that bad. Sometimes you won't be able to open a meme someone sends you, and that's about it. All in all, you know, that's not the end of the world. I find all my memes on r/ifunny anyway. You know, call me a degenerate all you want, but I really don't notice much of a difference between TikToks and Reels or Shorts or whatever. I mean, every TikTok ever made always ends up on the other two anyway. So they are honestly just as practical, really. And call me crazy all you want, but I think most people will be fine with Reels as soon as it's Sophie Rain's primary social media anyway. I'm not gonna sit here and act like TikTok is horrible. I don't even use it. I just really don't think that it matters as much as some people think it does, and that given enough time, I feel like most people will agree with that. To be honest, I do do find myself silently judging the people I catch watching TikTok while they're eating or shitting or whatever, you know, as opposed to watching YouTube or Netflix like a G. But I'm still not sure why the government would give much of a shit about that. Then again, nobody really knows why any of the world leaders do the shit that they do. I'm sure that all the AI generated TikToks of politicians making out with each other probably didn't bode well in TikTok's favor in this legal battle, but at the end of the day, what it really comes down to is just a bunch of Chinese American hoo-ha, which is honestly just some bullshit. I mean, you're trying to tell me that I'm not supposed to trust the Chinese leader when he's literally as cute as Winnie the Pooh, but that I am supposed to trust America's own Mark Zuckerberg just because he got himself a systems reboot? To think that they actually should ban TikTok is to think that the government is the one who needs to get rid of it. But that's just stupid. I mean, you'd have to be a real dumbass to think that way. And if you do happen to be that dumbass, boy do I have the life hack for you. One simple trick that will completely get rid of TikTok out of your life forever without even needing a government ban. And it's really as simple as going onto your phone and deleting the damn app yourself, you fuck.